For staying with us here on the Channel One newsroom. Now, in a year that saw over 34,000 new HIV infections reported in Ghana in 2024, one man stands as a beacon of hope. Reverend John Azuma, a 25-year-old HIV survivor and an advocate, has established a shelter that brings light into the lives of children born with HIV. But with the future of this haven uncertain, advocacy groups warn that urgent action is needed to raise awareness and support, especially for these innocent children who face a world that often misunderstands their daily struggles.
I stopped taking my medication because in my mind, I was telling myself that I'm tired, thinking of the fact that I'll be taking it for the rest of my life.
So they see these children as outcasts, as evil, as a curse, and therefore cannot have anything to do with them.
Tucked away in Kwabena in the Greater Accra region lies a place unlike any other, the only HIV-focused orphanage in Ghana. It's home to some of the bravest and most resilient children you ever meet. Young lives born with HIV, navigating challenges most of us can scarcely comprehend. According to the Ghana Health Service's National HIV and AIDS Control Program, over 34,000 new infections were recorded between January and September of 2024 alone. While advancements in HIV treatment and prevention have been significant, a worrying decline in public education campaigns has fueled stigma, misinformation, and high-risk behavior. Tragically, it is the children, those born with the virus, who suffer most from society's silence. At the Motherly Love Orphanage, these children find not just shelter, but a sanctuary of love, care, and empowerment. Here, they are nurtured to rise above the shame and social exclusion that often come with their condition.
It is a home. You feel comfortable, you do anything you want to do, you don't have a restriction, you don't feel stigmatized because you find people like you. So it's peaceful and like a home.
Founder Reverend John Azuma reflects on the orphanage's journey, how it has survived through adversity and grown into a place of hope.
We never planned or thought of forming an orphanage, but it was through the advocacy campaign that we embarked on with the Ghana AIDS Commission, and that has given birth to this, because in that campaign you are touring the country, you are on TV, you are on schools, you are on churches, you are in the mosques, and you are talking and educating people about HIV. So people call, Reverend, it's okay, I heard your story, but there's a child here who is also HIV, who lost parents, life is so miserable. Reverend, what can you do? To extend, people even drop some at the gate.
Yet, he admits the toughest battles aren't just medical, they are social. Prejudice and discrimination continue to stand in the way of integrating these children into society.
The news broke up in the school that the child was HIV, and nobody is responsible. How it broke, nobody knows. But we are sure we told the authorities. One or two authorities are aware, and they say they are not responsible. So who is responsible? And it has really affected the child.
Imagine having to take life-saving medication in hiding, not because of shame, but because of fear. That's the reality these children live with every day.
I hide my medication, and if I don't hide it, I change the pill pack. So you might even come across the container with medicines inside, but you wouldn't know the content of it because it's buried in a different container.
I used to take my medicine in the morning. So when I'm going to school, I'm supposed to leave by 6 and 7. I'll take it. So I take it to school to drink it. And they found out I have HIV, so I'm taking HIV drugs. And they used to tease me.
Since my childhood, I normally like children, and it is my heart desire to help children. So as I heard that this Motherly Love Orphanage and there is a lot of children around, I have the I feel like helping them one way or the other. That's why I came to work over here. So I also try to get closer to them. Although I have the knowledge small, so I try to get closer to them to know more about it. So as I get closer to them, I don't know what the people are thinking out there is not the same as what's going on over here.
Despite its life-changing work, the orphanage operates without a stable source of funding, often surviving on occasional donations.
The Motherly Love is able to send 5 of them to the university. Yes, we have 15 of them in the senior high school. We are feeding a lot of people here, about over 61 children. We come to educational support, and the rest are in primary. And in the primary and JSS, they are in private schools. Someone may ask, why not government school? The government school from our home here is very far. Those of you who know the ACP Kwabenya to the government school.
The Ghana HIV and AIDS Network, GANET, is urging the government to operationalize the National HIV/AIDS Fund, which could provide critical support for initiatives like these.
Time now, we've been advocating for the National HIV and AIDS Fund. Actually, there is a law backing this fund. There's a legislative instrument, everything which has been prepared for this fund to be operationalized. But for some reason, there's a certain level of inertia on the part of government to operationalize this fund. And that is what I think all of us, civil society, the media, we need to impress on government to operationalize this fund so that we can get resources that will be able to take care of young infants in this kind of situation.
The network is also calling for renewed commitment to HIV education and awareness campaigns to counter stigma and prevent new infections.
Is that for some time now, the HIV and AIDS campaign has gone down. And that's because the Ghana AIDS Commission and its allied CSOs do not have the needed resources to wage these public campaigns. So the awareness has really gone down, and that is a contributing factor. Also, the fact that the prevalence has come down and the fact that we have antiretroviral medications for persons on treatment.
Well, for these children at the Motherly Love Orphanage here at Kwabena in the Greater Accra region, living with HIV is not a death sentence. However, they are calling on the government to champion the sensitization and the creation of awareness on HIV in the country. Reporting for ChannelOne News, I am Melody Fafa Botuve.